Today we're talking about Mad Magazine covers. It's going to be fun. We're looking at 3 different lists of the top 10 Mad Magazine covers. They are all very different, so this should be a lot of fun to go through. And then I'm also going to show you my favorite cover of Mad Magazine, which doesn't appear on any of those lists. I'm not sure why. I'm Guy Hutchinson. This is Pointless Nostalgia. I'm pointing down like that because that is where you can click thumbs up, you can click subscribe, you can click the share button, share it with a friend because you have a friend that wants to see this. I bet you do. Also, make sure to come back tomorrow and every single day because I got a new video every day at 2 p.m. all about nostalgic stuff. So please come on back. We're going to take a look. Terrifying Alfred E. Newman there. I don't know. That looks like if you ever saw the movie Up the Academy, I'm almost positive that's the same, at least the same mold of Alfred's head. In the background, we could see a magazine cover where Alfred is scanning his butt on the copier, which is something I had always, it was kind of like, I don't know if I'd say it was an urban legend, but it was one of those things you had always heard about. It was a joke that, was played in movies and other things. And there was always the idea that somebody was going to sit up on the copier and scan their butt. Never got to try it. Glad I didn't. But Alfred, when he scans his butt on the copier, the scan tray there, out comes pictures of his face. So if you get that joke, that's a good one. I like that. All right, let's take a look at the very first list of best Mad magazines. So this is Ranker. Ranker did their list, 10 best Mad Magazine covers. Ranker uses, this woman put it together, but they use like thumbs up, so it sort of has a more crowdsourced result to it. Let's see what they put as number 10. We Destroy the Matrix. Let me see what the gag here is that all of the Agent P? No, that's clearly the wrong one. Agent, I don't remember his name. That guy, though, the agent guy that there were a bunch of, he's replaced by Alfred E. Newman. I mean, it's a nice looking, the artwork's nice. I wouldn't think this is top 10. But again, I mean, maybe if you were somebody came aboard Mad, much younger than me, much later, and this was, towards the beginning of your exposure, maybe that's why you like it. I think it's neat. All right, number 9. Look at what we got up top, by the way. Before we get to the artwork itself, we've got Too Close for Comfort, American Jokes from Poland, and Dave Berg. Wow, that was a different time. All right, Superman is there. He is receiving his super suit by Alfred E. Newman and his Alfred dry cleaning shirt. And there's Superman. He's got some Superman boxer shorts. He's got some nice garter belts, keep his socks up. But look in the background, you can see there's, what are the name of those 3? One of them is, Superman is Kal, son of Jor-El. And then there's 3 bad guys. He puts them in a cube. It's the whole plot of Superman 2. I just don't remember, because one of them came back. I don't remember what his name was, but he came back as a different actor in one of the more recent Superman movies. So I don't know. If you guys know Superman, please let me know in the comments. I don't remember what I'm talking about, so please let me know. All right, let's see what's next. Number 8. Let's see. Mad Magazine put Michael Jackson on the cover. It says exclusive. Michael speaks out. I'm going to guess that's a lie, and Michael is not speaking directly to Mad Magazine at this point. Alfred E. Newman with the t-shirt saying, "What me worry?" Because Alfred's always depicted as being a rather youthful, aged person, and Michael's had some, Michael had some prolification, some whatever you call those things, predilection, predicate, perfection. I don't remember the word, and I don't remember this cover, and we're moving on. Number 7. It's Madonna. She was having a baby. Exclusive first look at Madonna's baby, and it's Alfred. All right, we're starting to see, though, it's the same joke every time, but maybe we'll get some different ones. Let's see. Number 6. All right. 50 worst things about America. My God, the Statue of Liberty, baby. Whoa. So they're saying number 4 on their 50 worst things about America. And we should maybe look this up. This might be fun to read. Number 4 is our national obsession with cosmetic plastic surgery. And you can see the Statue of Liberty. Whoa. All right, let's see this one. This is so this is pretty good. This goes way back, September 1964, this says, and there is Boris Karloff's Frankenstein, and he's putting together a model of Alfred E. Newman. And that's pretty cool. This was a very common thing to do in that time, was these model kits. You'd get this kit and you'd have all these little pieces and you'd have to put together your model of Frankenstein or whatever else it was. That's pretty great. All right, let's see. Number 4 on their list is Saturday Night Fever. Look at John Travolta there. And let's see. So what we've got is we've got John Travolta. He kind of morphs into Alfred E. Newman, then back to John Travolta. All right. So slight different play on the original joke. I like up top here. They used to do this. They'd put the names of the 3 things that they are, 5 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that they were doing. But then at the top, they'd put a little thing above each one. And I really like that. It says, we burn up Saturday Night Fever, scorch teenage tactic, broil buffet suppers, roast disco joints. Wow, they were using the term roast. I mean, people roasted things. Now that's old. They had the Friars Club roasts and things, but that's so great that they use roast. And incinerate. 8 is enough. The TV show 8 is enough. Man, they had it coming to them. I don't know what to say. All right, let's see what's next here. Okay, I love this one. Number 3. This is definitely, if I did a top 10, this one would be on there. There'd be quite a few that they cover that would be on my top 10. It's just my number 1. They do not cover on any of these lists, but I love this. Alfred E. Newman. He's playing Mr. T. He's playing Clubber Lang. You see, I don't hate Balboa, but I pity the fool, and I would destroy any man who tries to take what I got. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Let's see, what does it say on Rocky Shorts? Everlasting sequel. Instead of everlasting sequels. It says we jab Rocky 3, punch out Conan the Barbarian, belt some kind of hero, and KO the facts of life. It says this is really the back cover of Mad. But they didn't show the other side on here, and I don't remember that being the back cover. So I don't know what the gag was, but here we go. This is number 2 on their list. This would be on my list. The Godfather, beautiful family portrait. Alfred out front holding the gun like a ring bearer. I like this. See, I like this use of Alfred better than just substituting him for an existing character. We blast the Godfather. I like that. All right. Number 1, they went with Obama. The Yes We Can't, Alfred E. Obama, 2008. 2008, when Obama got elected with the Yes We Can, they went with Yes We Can't. I love this because it was very, I think it's always really good when you get a president, or especially a new president. Mad Magazine was good to kind of stick it to him, And as a kid, there was just this great feeling that, this was a magazine you were going to open up and they were going to make fun of the president. You were like, this is great. This is so cool. Today, I think society makes fun of stuff more. I think it's easier with the internet to go out and find that stuff. But as a kid, I mean, like, this is, not necessarily in 2008, but in the earlier things when I was a kid, I mean, that was always the fun part. I was like, I can't believe you're allowed to write this. All right, let's go to Comics Alliance. They did a top 10. They're number 10. They went way back. I love this. This is Mad Magazine with a poison bottle, and it says, warning, one man's magazine may be another man's poison. I like that. They put Godzilla. This is the 2000. When was this? 2000. 2007? No, it couldn't be I don't remember what. 1999. This is before 2001, I think. I don't know. Am I right? 1999? I don't remember. The numbers are all blended together, and boy, they've pounded out a bunch of Godzilla since. And they did a movie called Shin Godzilla, which I think is just about Godzilla's shins. So I don't know, but this was that bad Godzilla. However, I do like what he did though. So this would be a common Mad Magazine thing, is they'd have these little drawings that went around like this frame, and so he's kind of torn the frame apart. So that's I do think that's kind of clever. So that's number 9 on this list from Comics Alliance. Let's go to number 8. I love this. This is definitely, this is a top 10 for me. I bought this at a used bookstore when I was a kid and was very happy to have it. Unfortunately, I got rid of all my Mad magazines. I now since then have repurchased a handful, but I got rid of all of them when the Totally Mad CD-ROM came out. Somebody was like, you got this. You can watch them anytime you want, on your screen, view them and read them. You don't need these physical copies, but. Here we go. This one's great. Proudly saluting the industry in its endless quest for quality, perfection, high standards. So the joke is it's a misprint. I love that. I think that's a great one. Here's one where it's war games and they're shooting down Santa. Only Alfred is. The rest of them, they look like they're like, no, Alfred, what are you doing? Vote Mad. This is definitely a upper tier Mad magazine. So they wrote a bunch of things on his face, what me worry, that kind of stuff. What's the worst that could happen? Alfred E. Newman for president. He ran for president many times. I did dig all of these. These are great. This one, so this is number 4 on their list. This is a clever one. It seems not as big of a deal at the time today as it did back then. But what they did here was they congratulated John Kennedy on his election, and then if you flip the magazine over, it said they congratulated Richard Nixon on his election. Nobody knows. Nobody knows who's going to win, even if it's close, even if it's not close, even if it's a wide open race, and you're like, oh my God, this guy's going to clobber him. You really don't know till all the levers are pulled. And so Mad printed on both sides so they could put this on the newsstand prior to the election, and then it would be flipped the right way. Everybody would be like, wow, they got their magazine out to print. Now today things come out a lot quicker on everything, and that's why magazines, are having trouble, as fast as they come out now. It's hard to keep up print with your internet and all the other ways that we can get news now. But that was the gag here, was that, this was the first magazine on the newsstand with the new president. People are like, wow, how did Mad do this? This is a vintage Mad. Look at that. That's from the early days when they were they first did comic books and they switched to magazines. I like this. I like the old style of it. They're showing, like comic books. Look, comic book raid, comics go underground. The whole idea here is like prohibition of comics. You can see the kid sneak in the comic there. Mad went from being a comic to a magazine to circumvent the comics code. So there was a strict comics code about what you couldn't put in comics. And so Bill Gaines, who was the owner of Mad Magazine, he went and made it a magazine. He turned it from a comic to a magazine so that he didn't have to deal with that. All right, number 2, look at this one. This is Norman Schwarzkopf. He was the Gulf War. He was like the Patton of the Gulf War. And support America's brave men and women and buy this issue. That's a good one. I like, he's got his arm around Alfred. Wait a minute, I see an asterisk. Support America's women. What does it say down here at the bottom? Who shamelessly publish patriotic-looking magazine covers to make a quick buck. Yes, indeed. I like that. I like turning your expectation. All right. I should have warned you. Look, here's all the fingers, right? So it's just one of the fingers. I know this isn't normally what we do, but Mad Magazine 1974 published the middle finger, number 1 Ek magazine. That's their most controversial cover, by the way. That one was pulled off newsstands. People didn't like it being there. It generated news headlines and was rather controversial for Mad. It really, I mean, like today, I don't know that, I bet if you go, if they still have magazines at like your local drugstore, probably half of them are flipping you off now. Like half of the covers like Lizzo flipping you off, and then like, oh, what's the next one? Oh, this is Ladies Journal. What's on? Oh, Lizzo's flipping us off again. Wow, that's interesting. Lizzo really flips us off a lot. All right, let's go to the last list. This is Screen Rant, 10 most iconic Mad Magazine covers. Weird Al takes over. I bought this one. This was one after Totally Mad came out, but I bought this one when it came on the newsstand. They gave the editorial reins to Weird Al Yankovic. He even pulled his own tooth out there to be like Alfred. That was a lot of fun. First issue of the Newman. So this is the first issue when it was a magazine. This new magazine is vital for you to read. Inside you will find an extremely important message from the editors. So you got to buy it. You got to buy it to find out. And there you go. There's Mad Magazine. Number 8. So this one, again, a different list, and in a different spot. Number 1 on that other list. Now it's number 8. I love this. 1972. This would probably make one of mine because this issue predates my time on Earth and also predates my time reading Mad Magazine, but I had seen this image and I thought it was so clever. You know, he's eating, he's got that one tooth missing, and so he's got the row. I think that's great. I think it's beautiful artwork. This one from 1978, the biggest movie in the world at the time, Jaws, and Jaws is disgusted and won't eat Alfred. Number 5, they did that one with Kennedy and Nixon, so I like that. Number 4, look at this. We hope it jams every computer in the country for forcing us to put this UPC code on our covers. Yes, the barcode was introduced at this time, 1978, so prior to that, barcodes didn't exist, and it took a while for everything on the shelf to get a barcode, but this was a great gag. You know, the barcode was almost like a mysterious thing. We were like, how does it know? How can it read it? Number 3, they put this one, of course. They put this one as number 2, and then number 1, they put this one. So another one we've seen. I think there's some solid choices. I would have gone with these. I think these are all excellent. But here, drum roll. Before I show this, make sure you come back tomorrow. Got another episode tomorrow. But this is my favorite one that they didn't cover from the SummerSlam with Andre the Giant Hulk Hogan against Macho Man and apparently Alfred E. Newman. This is where, because I like that Hogan and Andre, look, they put all their differences aside. Andre put his arm around him. He's like, look, I'm very worried. I am very worried about Alfred. Miss Elizabeth, after she pulls her skirt off and wows Andre, that's when the match ended, but apparently not. Apparently then Alfred E. Newman was sucked into the abyss. Well, I hope you aren't sucked into the abyss. Please come back tomorrow. Right now you got to pick a box. We got one here, we got one over there. Choose either one. I'm in both of them. I hope you enjoy that, and I'll see you tomorrow. Come back. See you then.